Hello and welcome to Bottoms Down Chair Yoga for Everyone. I'm Carol. I'm so glad you've joined us today. So check out the new sections on the Bottoms Down YouTube channel homepage. Just makes it easier for you to find classes by length or by purpose or by body area. And if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button. Don't forget it's free and I'd love to hear from you, so leave me a comment. Now in today's practice, we'll explore poses for a healthy posture. You'll only need your chair, and let's get started. All right, so we're going to start. Let's move forward in our chair. We're not leaning back. We're going to lift our heart nice and tall, right? Pull that belly button in, lower those shoulders down out of the ears. Place your hands lightly on your thighs, palms facing up. We're going to take just a moment to ground those feet, so just feel like all 4 pressure points are equally weighted on the mat or on the floor, so you're not pronating or supinating those feet, right? You've got them all equally weighted. Same thing with those sits bones. So we're sitting up nice and tall in our chair, and we feel those sits bones equally weighted on the chair. All right, let's go ahead and close our eyes. And just connect to that heart center, letting go of everything outside of the room. Now just begin to notice your breath, just your natural inhalation and exhalation. Next, I want you to visualize your spine. Nice and tall, erect. Visualize all the way from the tailbone up through the spine, out the crown of the head. Begin to deepen that breath, just inhaling a little more deeply, exhaling a little more completely. Bring your hands to your heart. Lift that heart nice and tall. Over-exaggerate that lift through the sternum. And set your intentions for today's practice. Just one more breath. Go ahead and bring your hands back down to your thighs and open your eyes. Let's drop that left ear towards that left shoulder. And chin to chest. Let's go to the other side. And chin to chest. Go ahead and look to the front of the room. Let's look over this right shoulder. Go ahead and look center. And look over that other shoulder. Go ahead and look center, and then we're going to do a shoulder roll. So this is a super exaggerated roll, right? So you're feeling all of those movements, that forward and the up and the back and the down, and maybe let's reverse that. It should feel really good. One more. All right, beautiful. So we're going to bring our hands to our heart and lift up long spine. Open up through that throat. Now as you move into your cat pose, I want you to think about pulling these front ribs back. Your tailbone is going to go heavy. Then you round your spine, and then you put your hands on your thighs. Tuck the chin. Look at your belly. Now we're going to lift up, and we're going to grab the back of our chair as we lift that heart up into our cow pose. Oh yeah, that should feel good. Let's do that cat pose again. Let's just go ahead and round that spine. Think about front ribs to back, tailbone goes heavy, Hands go into the lap. We look at our belly button. We're going to lift back up. Heart lifts. Sternum lifts. Shoulders are back. Grab the chair and lift. Let's inhale here. Exhale, round down into cat. Inhale, we're going to lift up into cow. One more time. Round down into that cat pose. Oh yeah, that's so good. And release. All right, let's grab a sip of water. So we're going to move to the back of our chair so that our spine is nice and supported by the back of the chair. All right? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open our arms kind of like we did, kind of like what we do with our mountain pose. So our arms are here low at a diagonal and we're just stretching. So my heart is lifted, my spine is long, I'm pressing against the back of the chair. And then bring those hands in. Okay? The next version is we're going to come a little bit higher. Those arms are a little bit higher. And come in. Now they're going to go a little bit higher. Now this is not up to the ceiling though, right? So it's kind of still at a diagonal, but just a little bit higher. Our heart is lifted. We're pressing against the back of that chair. Belly is tight, extending through that spine. One more breath and bring the hands back down. Okay, so you can keep doing that same thing if you want to. What I like about this version is you've got the back of the chair for support, and you can really feel, I can feel if I'm letting my, if I'm not extending through that spine, I can really feel it on the back of the chair. But if you're with me, what we're going to do is we're going to move forward just a little bit in our chair. And we're going to do that same thing. So we're going to open our arms here, kind of in that low position, if you will. Make sure your belly is tight. And then, if you can, you're just going to give it a little bit of a back bend. So I'm looking up a little bit higher. I'm really lifting through the sternum, squeezing my shoulder blades behind me, and I'm feeling a little bit more of a back bend, but belly is tight. It's a tiny back bend. All right, let's release that. Now, if you're still against your chair, I want you to really be pressing against the back of that chair, okay? Let's come to that middle position. Again, I'm squeezing my shoulder blades behind. I'm looking up slightly. And down we go. Last version. Arms are a little bit higher. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades behind me. I'm looking up. My belly is tight. And down we go. We're going to do the exact same thing one final time. You choose. Do you want your back against the chair or do you want to be not against the chair? You choose. Pick your position. All right, here we go. Arms are down, squeezing, lifting your sternum, lifting that heart, squeezing your shoulder blades behind you. Belly is tight. Looking up slightly. Release it. Back to that middle position. Here we go. And release it. Are we ready? Up to the ceiling or towards the ceiling. Up we go. Shoulders are down. Belly is tight. Feel that stretch. One more breath. Hands are down and release. If you want to give a little shoulder roll, give a little shoulder roll. All right. Now, what we're going to do is it's similar to what we did, but we're going to add a little twist to that. So we're forward. Now, this one, I do want you to be forward in your chair. You're going to sit nice and tall. Go ahead and get those abdominals super engaged, okay? So we're going to take, our hands are going to be in our lap. Now, this hand, we're going to start with it, and we're going to face forward, and you're going to take that one arm and open it to the side. Bring it back in, and then we're going to do the other side, okay? You're facing forward for now. We're going to add on here in a second. Bring it in. Now it's to the middle position. And you're going to bring that hand down to middle position on the other side. Hand back down now and step in that upper position. One arm at a time. Down we go, other side. I don't know about you, but I'm really feeling a nice stretch through my chest and my upper arms, and down we go. Okay, now the next version of this is we're going to continue the same thing, but we're going to follow our arm with our gaze, okay? So it's going to add a little twist to it. So here we go. We're going to twist it open. Hand back into the lap. Other side, here we go. Hand back to the lap. Back to the center, remember, kind of middle. Hand to the lap. Other side, I'm following that hand with my gaze. Back, center, up we go. Down to the lap, other side. All right, we're going to keep going. And we're going to add the breath. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale, center. Inhale, open. Exhale, center. Other, middle. Inhale, open. Exhale, center. Inhale, open, other side. Exhale, center. Last one. Nice little vinyasa here. Up we go. And exhale, down. Up we go on the inhale and exhale, and down we go. How did that feel? I love that one. That one's a good one. Okay, so now we're going to add another little twist here. So I'm going to take my hand and I'm going to place it right on my waist. Okay, this arm, now this shoulder, excuse me, is going to come back, and I'm going to place that hand on the chair. Now, you can use this hand against your waist for a little leverage and try to twist. So I'm pulling my hand on my waist as I twist and look back. All right, so we're nice and warm here. So a nice little twist to the center of the body, and we're going to face forward, and let's do the other side. So this hand is going to come on that waist. This hand is going to come back, pull that shoulder back. Pull this waist forward, if you will, as I turn and look back. So there's just a little bit of leverage with that hand that's on your waist that might give you a little different kind of twist. Go ahead and face forward. We're going to do the same thing just one more time. Here we go. Pull it, hand back, shoulder comes back, turn, look over, and then remember you're kind of using this hand on the waist as leverage. Let's face forward, and we're going to do the other side. Hand here, opposite hand on the chair, shoulder comes back, turn, look over that back shoulder, pull on that waist just a little bit, one more breath, and release. Just another version, right, of that twist. We do various different versions of twist, and that was just a little bit different. I like that one. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do in this particular section is we're going to do a half Lord of the Fishes. So we'll take this knee and we're going to open it up nice and wide. Now in your half Lord of the Fishes, what will inevitably happen is this knee that's facing me is going to want to fold in. But I really want you to focus on not letting that happen. So keeping those knees nice and open, feeling that inner thigh stretch, keeping the knee tracking right at the toes. You're going to take this hand, bring it all the way across your body, grab the chair, lengthen through the spine. Now you're going to turn and look over the back of your chair. So you're not looking at me anymore, you're looking over the back of your chair. We're going to release that. And let's do it again. Here we go. This hand is going to come all the way across your body. You're going to grab the chair. Don't forget, lengthen through the spine first, then turn and look over the back of your chair. All right. Thinking about that knee, right? Is that knee facing me, or is it folding in? Don't let it fold. One more breath and release. Okay, let's face forward. And we're going to go to the other side. So this knee is going to open up nice and wide first. Remember, keeping this knee open. We're not letting it fold in. Feel that inner thigh stretch. Here we go. Bring this hand all the way across your body. Grab the chair Are we ready? Lift through the spine, turn and look over the back of your chair. And just hold it and breathe. Let's release that, and we're going to do that one more time. Bring that hand all the way across your body. Lift and twist. That knee is not folding in. One more breath here and release. Okay, face forward. And let's grab a sip of water. We're going to come to standing behind our chair. So you want your feet to be the width of your chair legs, maybe a little bit more if that works okay for you. Now, take your toes and turn them out. Okay, so they're at a diagonal. Toes are pointed out. Your feet are a little bit wider than the width of your chair legs. Okay. We're going to take this hand and we're going to leave it right on the chair. The other hand is going to extend up towards the ceiling. Belly is tight. Think about long spine. Feet are going to stay on the floor and you're going to lean. Okay? You're going to come up and let's lean the other way. You're going to come up and you're going to bring that hand down and we're going to go the other side. Lengthen first. We're going to lean. We're going to come up and we're going to lean. And we're going to come up and we're going to put that hand back on the chair. Okay. So that is version 1 and it's a great version. If you want to do version 2, we're going to let go of our chair. So we're going to have our hand up at the ceiling. Then we're going to bring the other hand up and we're going to lean. All right, we're going to come up. Make sure you're lengthening through that spine. Belly is tight. You're going to lean the other way. We're going to come up and we're going to put our hands back on the chair. Okay? All right, very, very good. Now, for the next version, we're going to take our toes and we're going to move them to face, all 10 toes are facing me, and then just take 2 heel toes in so that your feet are pretty much right at hip distance apart. So you've got space between the feet, but they're not as wide as they were. Now this version, we're going to continue with our leaning. And now we're going to be lifting a leg up. So if you don't want to do that with the leg lifting up, just keep doing what we were doing and it's fine. If you're with me, here we go. We're going to extend this arm up and then the other leg, the other hand is on the chair. Keep that other leg and lift it up. Okay, do you see that? So the arm extends up. We're stretching and we're going to put all of that down. Bring that hand down. Now, this time we're going to lift the leg and we're going to extend the arm of the leg that's lifted, okay? Feels different, doesn't it? One more breath and we're going to put those down. All right, now we're going to do the other side. Here we go. We're going to lift the other leg up, opposite arm first. Everything's going to come down. Now you're going to lift that leg and the same arm is up. And bring everything down. Okay. Again, you can continue doing that same version. Or if you're with me, what we're going to do is, so we're going to be lifting this leg up and this is the arm that's going to come up, the same side, and then we're going to let go. Okay? I know. One more breath. Go ahead and put a hand down, bring that leg down, and we're going to do the other side. So we're going to lift up, start with the hand of the leg that's lifted first, just to kind of get your balance, and then lift that other hand up. Put one hand down, the other hand down, the leg comes down. The final version is we're going to get up there and then we're going to wiggle our fingers and wiggle our toes, okay? I know. It's just a choice. It's just an option. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. All right, here we go. We're going to lift this leg up, same arm of the leg that's lifted first. Then if you want to let go of the chair and extend and wiggle, call this a twinkling star. Put your hands down, bring the leg down, other side. Are you feeling that side? I know, me too, right? Side of that leg. All right, are we ready? Here we go. Oh, yeah. Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle. Bring your hands down, bring the leg down, and release. Let's walk it out just a little bit. I know, there's a little bit of work going on, right? So you're standing glute and then the side of those legs. That was a lot of work for those. Okay. So again, we're standing behind our chair and we're going to take our feet a little bit wider, so about the width of the chair legs, maybe a little bit wider, but it's not like super wide. Okay, so we're going to bend our knees and we're going to shoot our hips back and bring your hands up to goddess pose. You stay facing me. I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see me just a little bit better, right? So my feet are together. My feet are about hip distance apart. My actually toes are forward. I'm trying to think. I think I had you have toes forward, and we're shooting our hips back, and I'm in goddess pose, right? All right, let's go ahead and come up, and now we are going to take those toes and turn them out, because technically in goddess pose that would be where we were, and I don't think I cued that when I was behind my chair. Okay, are we ready? All right, here we go. Shoot those hips back. You see what I'm doing? And I'm up at goddess pose. Okay, hold it. Don't move. Hold it. All right, are we ready? Here we go. We're going to just simply laterally bend, tilting from one side to the other. We're going to go ahead and come up, and then we're going to bend the other way. We're going to come up. Let's straighten those legs. Take just a moment. Are you beginning to feel your quads working? Right? So remember, this isn't like chair pose where we're letting that heart fall. We're keeping that heart lifted. Let's go ahead, bend those knees, come back into that goddess legs. My heart is lifted, right? Come back to those goddess arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades behind you. And now we're going to laterally bend. You should be feeling the side waist. Come back center and bend the other way. We're going to come back center. Let's do that one more time. I know, I feel my quads too. Up we go. And back up we go. Put your hands on the chair, straighten the legs, and heel toe those feet back together. Very, very good. The next thing we're going to do is a warrior three pose. Now, if you've been with me before, we've done warrior threes, but this one I like it. It's just a little different. Just getting into and out of it's a little bit different. I like it. So we're going to give it a try. Because we're going to be stepping back behind, I'm going to be turning my chair so you can see me better. You're going to stay behind your chair facing me. I'm going to be moving my chair just so you can see me a little bit better, okay? So here I am behind my chair. I'm just far enough back so that I have my hands resting on the chair, but my elbow is bent. Belly is tight, nice long spine. I'm going to take a step back with this left leg. Front knee is going to bend. My hands are still on the chair. Okay, does that make sense? Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just simply going to take this back leg up off the floor. I've got my chair, I'm holding on, my belly is tight, my hips are not hiking up. So keep those hips nice and square. That foot is lifted. The front knee is bent. I forgot I just straightened my front leg. Front knee is bent. Let's put that foot back down. Put the back heel down and feel a nice stretch into that calf. One more breath here. Bring that leg up, and let's do the other side just like that before we add on. Okay, are we ready? Step it back. Feel that back calf down. Front knee is bent. Take a deep breath in. Pull the belly in, and we're going to lift that foot up off the floor. You're holding your chair. One more breath. Put that foot back down, and up we go. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing with the legs. Everything is going to be the same with the legs. What we're going to start doing is we're going to start adding some arm movement. Okay, and that's the rub, right? There's where everything changes. We're going to take a step back. If that heel touches, great. If it doesn't touch, don't worry about it. Front knee is bent. Okay, let's go ahead and get that leg lifted first. Belly is tight. Now, opposite arm is extending out. Okay? So that's a really, really pretty warrior 3 right there. Let's go ahead and put the hand back on the chair and put that foot back down, and let's go to the other side. Okay? Leg lifts. Extend that arm out. One more breath. Hand back down, put the foot down, and release. Okay, so now you know where we're headed, right? If you've done my classes before, you know we're going to end up taking both hands off the chair. So what I want you to do is take a step back. I want you to go ahead and take another step back so your hands are barely touching, and you'll see why here in just a minute. So we're going to take that foot back and lift it. Now, put your wrists on the chair. Right there, you're getting a lot of balance work, aren't you? Do you feel it? Just because your wrists are there, you're not holding the chair, it's just the wrists. If you're with me and you want to take that right arm up, the opposite arm of the leg that's extended, I'm looking down. One more breath. Put that hand back down. Put the foot down, come up and take a break. You kind of see what we're doing there? We're working into that balance, but we've got our wrists on the chair. Let's do that one more time on the other side, and then we'll see how we feel about adding on. So first of all, we can extend, right? And you can have a hand down, or maybe you have both wrists down, or maybe you have one wrist down. Just one more breath here. Put your hands on the chair and put that leg down and release. Okay, final version. You can pick and choose wherever you are, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to take that leg is going to step back, right? Step back and lift. One arm extends, the other arm extends, and I'm in a full warrior 3. This is the full expression of the pose. Just one more breath. Put your hands on the chair, put the foot down, and let's go to the other side. Here we go. All right, lift. Extend one arm, then the other. I'm looking down at the floor. My belly is tight. My spine is long. One more breath. Grab the chair, put the foot down, and release. How'd you do? Did that feel pretty good? Did you like having the options to play around with? I like that, right? I like having different ways that we can look at our different poses. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is a pyramid pose. So you're going to come to the right side of your chair, and you're going to face your chair, okay? So I'm facing the seat of my chair. Now, the leg that's next to the back of the chair is the one, the foot is going to go under so that when you bend your knee, you'll touch the chair, okay? So you don't want it to be too far under there. You don't want that foot to be so far under there that you don't have this little bit of movement here in that knee. Back foot is going to step back. You're going to be at that 45-degree angle. That foot is at that 45-degree angle. You're facing your chair, your hips are forward. You're going to leave that front leg straight. So we're not going to bend it. We're going to leave that front leg straight. And we're going to simply pull our belly in, Keep the back flat. Let the heart fall forward. Put one hand in the chair. Put the other hand in the chair. And just let your heart fall forward, okay? Now, in your pyramid pose, one thing you can do is take the thumb, so the leg that's extended in front of you, take that thumb, put it right here in that crease where the leg and the hip connect, pull it back, right? So we want those hips to stay back. They always want to come forward. Keep those legs back. Think about keeping the alignment through the toes, the ankle, the knee, and the hip. So you want to keep this line happening right through. Spine is long, extending long through the crown of the head. We're just letting the heart be the thing that falls. It's not a rounding of the spine, right? Hello. One more breath here. Go ahead and lift your heart up. And release it. How did that feel? Let's do the other side. I know. We held that one a bit, didn't we? Hopefully my talking helped you, distract you a little bit. All right, so remember, we want to be able to bend that knee. Okay, are we ready? Let's step back with this leg. So it's the foot next to the back of the chair. That's the one that's under. So we don't want to do the same one again. All right, my hips are forward. My front leg stays straight. I'm going to extend through the spine. Belly is tight. I'm going to let my heart begin to fall forward, keeping that spine nice and long, keeping the back flat. I'm not rounding. That's not what this is about. So go ahead and kind of get to one position where you feel pretty good. And now let's take that thumb of the leg that's in front. That's the thumb that you're going to hook right there where that leg and hip connect. And you're going to pull that hip back. Pull it back. Maybe you let your heart fall a little bit further. Remember, the alignment is toes to ankle to knee to hips. We're going to keep that alignment happening. Maybe you bend your elbows a little bit more and maybe you let that heart fall, keeping the back flat, right? This is not rounding. It's not cat. We're keeping our back flat. We're stretching through that hamstring. You should really feel it. Keeping the spine nice and long. I just realized I was kind of crunching in. I just extended through my head. I'm going to let my heart fall just one more breath, and let's release. Come on up. Bend that front knee. All right. Have a seat. And let's grab a sip of water. We're going to come to standing on the right side of our chair. We're going to move into a tabletop. So you will be hinging right at the hips, pull the belly in, placing one hand in the chair and the other hand in the chair. Now, one thing you can do, I just realized my feet are a little bit too close to the chair, so I'm going to step back just a little bit because I want my alignment. I want those hips to be right over my ankles, and I want my shoulders to be right over my wrists. Okay? So I just needed to do a little bit of adjusting to make that happen. Now, one thing to think about, if you have problems with your wrist, feel free to come up onto the fists, right? But I do want you to, wherever your hands are, I want you to really feel like you are pulling up through the ribs. So one thing that I see happen in my classes is I'll see people will be here. So not only have I let my belly fall, my shoulders have fallen, right? I want you to use your core and lift yourself up, out. So I'm kind of pulling top ribs back, right? Belly is tight. I'm pulling up. I'm not letting my shoulders sink. I'm pulling up. And at this point, I can literally take my hands off the chair. I don't even have any weight on my wrists. So that's another thing to think about when you are in this position. I'm going to look down at my chair. We're going to move into a cow pose. So I'm going to let my belly fall down towards the mat, and I'm going to lift my heart, and I'm going to lift my hips. Now I'm going to move into cat pose. So my belly button is going to pull up. I'm going to tuck my chin, and I'm going to let my tail go heavy as I look down kind of at my legs, if you will. Okay, let's go back into cow again. My belly is falling. My heart is lifting. My hips are lifting. Let's take a deep breath in here. And as we go into cat pose, let's exhale. Pull that belly in, round the spine, tuck the chin. Let's do that again. At your own pace if you wish. Just your inhale into cow and exhale into cat. Moving, feeling that spine, feeling that lengthening through and then the rounding of that spine. So it's a super, we're very aware of what's happening in our body throughout this entire movement. All right, let's go ahead and finish up. Come back to a neutral spine. Bend your knees slightly, and we're just going to roll it up nice and slow. All right? Give those wrists a little bit of love. Because we're going to come back into that tabletop position, and we're going to get ready for a quadruped. Okay, so belly is tight. We're going to go ahead and come back down. Place your hands in the chair. Make sure your weight is forward. Make sure your hips are right over ankles and shoulders are right over knees. Remember, pulling up. Don't let those shoulders floss, right? We're really using the abdominal muscles. We're using our back muscles as well. We're lengthening and strengthening throughout the entire center of the body. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our left toes and put them on the floor, and we're going to extend that right arm out. I'm looking down. This is version 1, and this is an excellent version. Let's go ahead and put that hand back down. Bring that foot up. We're going to go straight to the other side. Toes are down. Hand extends. Belly is tight. Lift up out of that, the center of the body. You're pulling up. Belly is tight. One more breath. Put the hand down. Bring the foot up and come up. Okay, so that is a great version. And if you want to keep doing that version, do that version. So we're just going to stay on this side of our chair instead of moving to the other side of the chair. I think we can do it just fine here. All right, so here we go. We're going to roll it down. Put your hands in the chair. Remember, weight is forward. Okay, now take that left toes back, right hand is out. You're trying to touch the wall with your hand in front of you. Now, if you were so inclined, lift that leg up. Flex the foot. Try to stretch, lengthening through the spine. So I'm touching the wall with my fingertips. I'm touching the wall behind me with my flexed foot. My hips are square. My belly is tight. One more breath. Put your hand down. Put your foot down. And let's roll up and take a little break before we go to the other side. All right, so I'm just kind of giving my wrist a little bit of love. If that's bugging your wrist, remember you can always come to fists. Okay, we're going to the other side, but we're going to stay on this side of our chair. All right, here we go. Down we go. Hands in the chair. Weight comes forward. All right, now, other toe is back. Opposite hand extends. Lift that leg up. Flex the foot. Now you're trying to touch the wall with your fingertips in one direction. You're trying to touch the wall behind you with your flexed foot in the other direction. Stretching through that spine. Hips stay down. Belly is tight. Lengthen through. Stretch it. One more breath. Put your hand down. Put the foot down. Roll it up nice and slow. All right. Good job. Very good for elongating that spine, right? Did you feel it? Did you feel that lengthening? We're also doing a little strengthening for that back. The next thing we're going to work on are some tree poses. We're going to do a couple of different versions of tree, and then I'm going to let you choose which version you want to do for the third time. So we're going to do 3 trees. Now, these are balanced poses. You've got your chair right here. We're going to put our weight into the leg next to the chair. Hold on. Create that kickstand. So your heel is right against the ankle of the standing leg. All right. Those toes are going to stay down the whole time. All right. We're not going to take these toes off the floor. They're going to stay down. Think about pulling your belly button into your spine and lifting the pelvic floor muscles. So those are the muscles we use to stop the urine flow. So really think about lifting up through those muscles. Belly is tight. This is the key to balance, no matter which balance you're doing. Having this solid center of the body nice and solid and stable, there's the key. Find a spot that's not moving, kind of on the wall or the floor in front of you. Focus in on that one spot. Let go of the chair. Bring your hands together, pressing those palms together, activating the upper body. If you're so inclined, we're going to add the branches to our trees. We just have one more breath here. Bring your hands back to your heart. Grab the chair and release. Okay? So checking in, how did you do on that one? Let's go to the other side of our chair. So again, I want everybody, no matter how great of a chair pose, a tree pose you have, let's all start in this same kickstand position. You are still working balance. I'm here to tell you, it's working it hard. Belly is tight, pelvic floor muscles are lifted. I'm looking at that one spot that I have found on the floor that's not moving. I'm going to focus on that spot. I'm going to let go of the chair and I'm going to bring my hands to heart and press those palms together. Activating the upper body. Belly is tight. Heart is lifted. Let's add the branches to our trees. Keep the shoulders down. One more breath here. Bring your hands back to your heart. Put your hand on the chair and release. Okay. All right, so that is a great version. I love that version. And I think keeping for me personally, I believe that keeping your toes down and letting go of the chair, you're going to be working balance more than if you hold the chair and put the foot up. Okay, so I think you're working your balance more when you let go of the chair, even though you have those toes down. Because you're still, I don't know if you felt it, but I still felt my ankle wobbling a little bit, right? And all that is your brain is connecting with that foot and it's working to help you stabilize. The other thing I didn't mention is we always want to come out of those tree poses, those balance poses, mindfully. So as you come out of it, if you fall out of it, I want you to try to get right back in and then come out of it on purpose, mindfully, okay? And then that helps us. That's also is a way for us to help continue to build our balance poses. Okay, so let's do it now. You start with your kickstand if you want to. Remember, belly button to spine, pelvic floor muscles are lifted. I'm finding that spot that's not moving. I'm going to go ahead and lift my foot up off the floor, or don't. And when you're ready, let go of the chair and bring your hands to your heart. Pressing those palms together, activating the upper body, super helpful in balance poses. If you want to add your branches, go for it. Bring your hands back to your heart. Bring that knee forward and put that foot on the floor mindfully. Grab your chair, okay? Let's do the other side. How did that one work for you? Okay, remember, you can keep the toes down. And the other thing to think about is this side could be more willing than the other or less willing than the other. It's very common. All right, now I'm going to put my weight into the leg next to the chair. I'm going to start with that little kickstand. I'm going to hold on to that chair, pull that belly in, lift those pelvic floor muscles, find that spot that's not moving. Maybe you put the tongue in the roof of the mouth. All of these things help. Okay, let's go ahead and lift that foot up. And if you want to let go of the chair, bring your hands to your heart. Pressing those palms together. Let's have the branches to our trees. Belly is tight, shoulders are down. Bring the hands back to the heart. Bring the knee forward and put the foot down. Very, very good. Okay, final one, yogi's choice. You can pick and choose. Now, one of the things I'm going to add on with our hands when we come into our branches, then I'm going to say hands overhead, interlace fingers, and flip the palms up. If you want to do that with us, do it. If you don't, leave it out. Here we go. Weight into that leg. Go ahead and add the kickstand or the foot up, right? Either whatever works for you. Let go of the chair. Bring that palms together. All right, are we ready? Branches to those beautiful trees. Palms together overhead, interlace fingers, flip the palms to the ceiling, looking up. Super challenging. Gaze back down, hands back to heart. Bring that knee forward, put the foot down, and release. Other side. This is the last one. We got this. All right, are we ready? Here we go. Kickstand or bring the foot up. Let go of that chair. Don't forget, belly button to spine. Pelvic floor lifted. Branches are added. Palms together overhead. Interlace fingers. Flip those palms up. Look up. Oh boy. Look back down, hands back to heart, bring the knee forward, put the foot down mindfully. Very good. Okay, let's have a seat and grab a sip of water. So we're going to sit up nice and tall. And I want you to have your hands in front of you, palms facing up. We're going to take those arms and we're going to move them out. And then we're going to lift those hands up about shoulder length or shoulder height. Keep those palms up. Now, you're going to turn your hands, fingertips in towards the ears. Now, those hands are going to come out and around. And then the fingertips are going to point towards the middle of the belly. And then you're going to take those hands and move back to their starting position. So the idea here is to not lose whatever you have on the trays, which is right in the palms of your hands. Now we're going to reverse it. All right, are we ready? We're going to bring it around first. Out they go. Up and around. Bring those hands back down to our starting position. We're going to do that again. Here we go. Out they go. Palms up about shoulder width or shoulder height. Fingertips come back and around. Around they go towards the middle of the body. Out and reverse it. Just a little work for those shoulders. Back down they go. Can we do it one more time? I know, we've got this. Up they go. Around. It almost takes 3 times to figure out what we're doing, doesn't it? Hand me your trays. Let's come back in. Back around we go. Up and around. I think I lost the tray on my right hand. And down we go. Very, very good. That one's a little tricky. It's good though. Okay, so we're going to come to those cactus arms and we're going to squeeze our shoulder blades behind our back. Now, I want you to take this hand and bring it across, and it's not going to be on the collarbone, but just under the collarbone. We got this little group of muscles there, and I want you to put your fingers there and kind of hold that group of muscles tight. Now, you're going to look over your shoulder. At the same time, you're going to press your cactus arm back. Do you feel that? Oh my goodness. I don't know about you, but I feel that one. Just one more breath. Go ahead and bring that cactus arm back in and release, okay? Let's do the other side. Did you feel that one? All right, here we go. Cactus arms. Now we're going to do the other side. So I'm going to put my hand right under that collarbone. I'm going to look over, not the arm, not the cactus arm. Look over the other side. Now, the arm that's in cactus, you're going to bring that shoulder back behind. There you go. You feel it? I do. We're just holding it and breathing. Holding it and breathing. One more breath. Bring the cactus arm back forward. Look forward and release. Let's do that one more time. Just one more time. Here we go. Bring it across. Look, press back. Come back center, cactus arms, other side. Look and press it back. Come back center and release. All right, that feel good? Okay, let's go to Crescent Lunge. So I'm going to take my knee and I'm going to open it nice and wide. Then I'm going to let this knee fall down towards the floor. This could be where you want to stay, but if you're with me, I'm going to press my leg back. I'm back on those back toes. I'm going to let the kneecap, back of the kneecap press up towards the ceiling. I'm looking forward. Come to cactus arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades behind you and look up at the ceiling. So there's quite a stretch for not only the quadricep, but also the hip flexor. Let's release everything and we're going to do that again. Even if you have your knee down, do the arm movements. Okay, here we go. I'm pressing the back of my kneecap up to the ceiling. I'm coming to those goalpost arms. I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blades behind me and I'm going to look up at the ceiling. Just one more breath here. Bring your hands back down. Release that leg and face forward. Okay, same leg extends out in front. We're going to lengthen through the spine and we're going to let our heart fall forward. Keep your hands on those thighs if you want to for some support. Tuck the chin and roll it up. Extend through the spine nice and long. Let your heart fall forward. Tuck the chin and roll it up. Lengthen through the spine, keeping the back flat. Let that heart fall forward. Tuck the chin and roll it up. Nice. Okay, we're going to move to seated pigeon. So I'm going to cross ankle to knee. And then I'm going to lengthen through my spine and I'm going to let my heart fall forward. All right, let's go ahead and roll it up. And I'm going to flutter my butterfly. Okay, let's do that again. This time extending the spine long. Put your elbow right there in front of the knee. Put your chin on those fingers and give it a gentle press. This is just an option. If you don't like it, leave it out. It's okay. Let's come up and flutter that butterfly. All right, we have another version, extending the hands to the ceiling. Now shoot those fingertips towards the wall in front of you and then just let them fall down towards the floor. All right, come up. And let's go to the other side. So I'm going to take this knee and we're going to open it nice and wide. We're going to let this knee, opposite knee, fall down towards the floor. If you like this, that's great. Otherwise, you're going to push your leg back behind you. You're on those back toes. Back of the kneecap presses up towards the ceiling. Look over your front knee. Come into cactus arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades behind your back. Look up at the ceiling. Let's release it, and we're going to do that again. Here we go. You got it. And release. Face forward. Pyramid pose. Extending that same leg out in front of you, toes to the ceiling. Lengthen through the spine. Let that heart fall forward, keeping the back flat. Tuck the chin, roll it up nice and slow. Lengthen through that spine. Let that heart come forward, keeping the back flat. Tuck the chin and roll it up. Extend the spine long, belly button to spine, back is flat. Tuck the chin and roll it. Beautiful. Pigeon pose, here we go. My ankle is on my knee, and maybe I stay right here. This could be fine. Otherwise, you're going to lengthen through the spine and let that heart fall forward. All right, keeping the back flat, so we're not rounding. Up we go. Let's flutter our butterfly. Do it again. Extend the spine long. This time maybe the elbow goes there on that knee. And place your chin on those fingers and press. All right, let's come up. Flutter again. Last time. Extending the spine long. Hands to the ceiling. Hands come out towards the wall in front of you. And then you just let them fall towards the floor. All right, up we go. Go ahead and sit back in your chair. Hands are resting lightly on your thighs, palms facing up. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. And a full breath out. Pay attention. Pay attention, and attention pays you back in great abundance. Be willing to see clearly what is going on around you and act on what you see. Even the most obvious truths can be easy to ignore when they first become evident, but ignoring the truth does not make it go away. When you sense an opportunity, pay attention. When you feel something isn't right, do the work to pay close attention. What starts as a frivolous trend can soon become an unstoppable force. What first appears as a minor annoyance can morph into an overwhelming burden. Pay attention and notice new developments while you still have the power to create maximum benefit with them, or subdue them, or at least get out of their way. Pay attention today, or tomorrow you will desperately wish you had. Blissful ignorance can feel good for a moment, but it's tragically insufficient long-term strategy. Pay attention and gain the wherewithal to thrive as present realities give birth to their consequences in the future. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Reach up with the right hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that left hand down towards the floor. Release it. Drop your chin towards your chest. Reach up with your hands. Give the head a gentle tug. Release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Reach up with the left hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that right hand down towards the floor. Release it. Look up just slightly. Open your mouth if you want to stretch your jaw. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say, Namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. Remember, leave me a comment. Click on leave me a comment and click on that subscribe button, and I will see you next time.